Just go, Paul. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, Ericsson is obviously out for hopefully 4 weeks due to his injury for Denmark. Danny Rose is still out, but making good progress on his injury. So again, looking for a 2-3 week period now, finally for his return. The rest of the team is back in training. So with Kilikas back in training, Shadley, Etienne, and now Zeki Friars.
Any of them in contention to start the game?
Yeah, all of them are. Well, all of the team is in contention to be selected for the game. Everybody's working extremely well. So tomorrow we will make the selection. But we had a good week. Long for the people who stayed, short for the ones who came back from international duty, which we just want to recover as soon as possible.
Were you happy that the players away on international duty didn't play more minutes than they needed to?
No, it's not my call. It's choices from their coaches, so I don't get into that.
You've scored only 9 goals in the league this season, but you're 3 points better off than this stage last season. Are you happy with Tottenham starting the season?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy. Bearing in mind the amount of wins that we already had compared to draws or defeats. But the only situation that we have different from last season is that incredibly there are 8 teams at the moment, very very near each other. So probably last season, although we have more points this season, we never dropped that low in the league table because we had some distance of comfort to the teams that were the chasing pack. This season is a little bit different. So from 4th or 3rd, you can be 7th or 8th in the week after if the result on the weekend doesn't go towards your expectations. But we're 5 points from the first place, which is nothing, and in the Premier League, and 3 points from second. So we're pretty okay.
And with that in mind, do you think then Tottenham at this stage of the season can still win the title? And how critical is a game against another title contender like Manchester City in the overall scheme of things?
Yeah, well, the title is not called for Tottenham, so I'm pretty comfortable. We have a minimum objectives of Champions League qualification, and we are 1 point from 4th place.
You've kept, so you're saying you rule out the title this season, or would it be, it's not?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to, there are teams that are more experienced than us, coming back strongly. Man United, Man City, the champions have made quite a change to their fortunes, and they're looking strong now. And you'll expect Chelsea to come back into the frame and improve, their results as well. So at the moment we're not distracted by that conversation.
You've kept more clean sheets than any other team this season. Only Southampton have conceded fewer goals.
Yeah.
Will this weekend against Manchester City, the likes of will that be your biggest test defensively so far this season, do you think?
Well, their goal tally is absolutely incredible. Coming from great result, the last great result at home against Norwich. We have to take their striking force into account, the options that they have in the attack. Players that this season have been extraordinary, like Yaya and Fernandinho. We are unsure of Silva's return or not to the team, but their attacking force is tremendous. Obviously, they've been suffering a couple of problems at the back, but still they are a well-organized side, and they don't concede a lot, and they have a good organization about them. So it's a tough challenge. Last season we took it to the dying stages of the game. Lost, but had the game in our hands to win. So we go there to play the game and to try to get the result.
A key part of your defence has been Michael Dawson. Given he was 5th choice centre back in pre-season,
Yeah.
what tribute would you pay to him?
In pre-season, no, that's not true.
Was he?
Over a year ago.
It's
Was that last year?
yeah, last year.
From last year, even the fact that he fifth choice, and he's done so well this season.
Yeah.
What tribute would you pay to him, and do you think he can make the, or should be, in the England World Cup squad?
Well, it changes fortunes obviously from the beginning of last season. We had an initial idea to send him on loan, and Michael, so strongly and determined like he is, he fought his way back into the team to be one of the, I think the most used centre back that we had last season. So rightly started this season. His performances have been excellent, like all of the defensive performances of the team, and. It's not up to me to decide who gets called up for England. He was very, very unlucky because last season, at some stage, he got called up by Roy, but got injured in the game in the Premier League just before joining England.
One of the FA Commission members, Danny Mills, has called for John Terry to come back into the England squad. Is that a little bit disrespectful to form centre backs such as Michael Dawson?
I don't know. It's an opinion from somebody. I don't know who that person is.
Jan Vertonghen, I think this has been ongoing. He said he wants to play centre back. Do you see him long term as a centre half, and would you consider bringing in another left back in January, perhaps?
Yeah, we spoke about this before. Jan is a central defender. Is one of the best central defenders in the world. Unfortunately, due to conditions, he has to sacrifice at the moment at left back. It's not a new story, so I'm not going to go along continuing it. I've spoken to him, and the conversation is very open. The place at central defender, as soon as Danny Rose comes back, is his, and he knows that. So at the moment, it's a situation that. For the good of the team, he is competing with Norton and Zeki, and at the moment we've chosen him ahead of Norton and Zeki at left back.
So as far as you're concerned, no problem simmering there.
No, the best of the team is more important than anything else. So at the moment, it's a sacrifice that he has to do. We understand that he does that sacrifice, and that's why we respect him a lot, and that's why we've made him captain this season. I don't think so.
No. City's goalkeeper situation, Joe Hart's been out recently until an end. I know you've had when Lloris first came to the club, and Brad Friedel, Lloris swapped about. Is that a situation that, I don't know if it's quite the same, but is it a situation that can unsettle it?
Well, it's a different situation because I think, I don't want to get a lot into it, but I think Manuel made the call on performance, and at that time I made the call to keep Brad on his good performances. So I think at the moment Joe is an unbelievable keeper, not going through the best phase of his life. I think he understands and recognizes that himself. I'm sure that he can fight back. And I'm sure that Pellegrini is aware of his talent. So I would suppose that Joe Hart eventually will get back into the Man City team.
Welcome with the last couple, please. Thank you.
Jermaine Defoe, some reports that you put a £6.5 million price tag on him for January. Do you expect him to leave the club in January?
Well, we haven't put any price tag, but it's speculation that has come out. We can't do nothing about it. It's not new. It's been there in the summer. Was there last summer. Was there also this January when the transfer window opened for the season before. Means that the player is highly rated, but because of that, those are the reasons that we want to hold on to quality players. And Jermaine is part of the history of the club. He's been getting his chances more in the Europa League rather than the Premier League. He's fighting hard to get into the Premier League team, but we can't say nothing about these performances because they have been excellent. It's just a question of the decisions that I have to take for the team on the Premier League.
Just finally, Portugal during the week. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
What did you think of Ronaldo's performance?
Yeah, I watched both games. Incredible performance by Ronaldo, obviously in the second game. Extremely important for the country. Very experienced, to be fair, on playoff situations. It's not the first time that we go through. We could do it obviously from qualifying directly, but I'm happy for the country to have done it. Important for us, important for this generation that probably is going to enjoy their last World Cup, and hopefully this can influence the breeding through of other generations in Portugal, because it's very, very important that we focus on our future national teams, because like other countries, we are also suffering from the end of a generation, and we look back and we have to work a lot on the formation of the next one.
Ronaldo the best in the world, do you think?
Well, it's an ongoing debate. I have personal opinions about the situation. I think, to my perspective, it could have been that the two trophies shouldn't have been splitted, the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player. For my opinion, the Ballon d'Or should always reward the best player in the world, for that time, that generation. And the FIFA World Player Award should always merit the most performant player. I also think that they should not be entitled in the end of a year, but rather in the end of a season, because it makes much more sense. Because you are left in between, you tend to forget what was done in the 6 months before, and memory is short, and it tends to impact a lot on the election process. So I think Ronaldo has had an amazing year. Not an amazing year in terms of titles, that's definite. But I think he probably merits from what he has done recently.
Andre, it's been a long international break. You've had time to sort of think about what happened against Newcastle. Bearing in mind you mentioned that you're 5 points behind the leaders.
Yeah.
Just how frustrating was that?
Yeah, it was very frustrating because it's just before international break. We have ourselves to blame because the first half was appalling, and we recognize that. Still, in the first half, we had the chances to at least equal the game. Second half was extraordinary, probably the best football we played all season, but not enough to turn the game around. So it was frustrating because we are left always on the door of going second or third in the league, giving that extra motivation and confidence from a result like that, or from a position in the table like that. But we haven't had that results recently. We are very, very good, coming back from international fixtures into the league. So hopefully we can see a good result this weekend. But it's a pity because we can't really build on the moment of having achieved a win that would put us in the position.
And City extremely strong at home this season. Just how are you going to approach this game?
Well, my philosophy is to play the game and try to win it. Sometimes comes with a cost, because instead of drawing, you can end up losing it. But I prefer to bet and go and try to win the game. So that's our strategy. We're going to try to attack. We're going to try to create more situations than the opponent. I think that's the philosophy that embraces Man City as well. So hopefully that can pay up to be an open game. But that's the way that I've approached games, and I would like to continue like that.
Especially now that yes, they have had great results, but sometimes their defence has looked quite suspect. Are you considering playing two strikers?
Which defence?
Man City defence.
Not really. Not really. I think not right now. We've trained 4-4-2 during this international break. We played a local game against a local team over here last Friday in 4-4-2. It's we probably can revert to it in the future. I'm unsure if this is the right time, bearing in mind the fixtures that we have coming against Man City and Man United, if it's the right time for the change. So because we've been very, very consistent defensively and offensively, not in terms of goals, but in terms of chances created in the system 4-2-3-1, that's probably our way to go.
And you're exceptional against Manchester United last season and went there and beat them. Do you need a sort of similar performance against City to make that sort of statement, to say, listen,
Yep.
look, we're in this title race and we are here to raid the top four?
Well, probably you always want to win against the big teams. That motivation, you can't get in any other fixture. The buzz, the adrenaline, and the confidence that can enable you to go forward. So I would suppose that just before a game against Man United, against the champions, another game against the previous champions, to get wins against teams like this would be extraordinary for our confidence.
But you mentioned that you had some practice games. I know a lot of the players were away. But were there anything specifically you were working on during those games?
No, just the change of the system basically. So we tried a little bit with Soldado and Adebayor up front, and in a 4-4-2 shape. So it's something that we did it all of last season. So it's not something that we need to lose lots of time with. It comes naturally. The players know it. It's also part of this country's culture, and I think whenever we want to revert to that system, we will.
And you just mentioned Adebayor and Soldado. Did that
Yep.
work? Was that something you're considering for Sunday?
Yes, I mean, with alone or with another striker is a great player. So you don't need to teach him a lot. He knows how to behave in the different systems.
Personnel-wise, Andre up front rather than the system, how tight a call would it be with Adebayor sort of seeded back into the squad?
Yep.
I think scored in the home game against Man City, didn't he, in Soldado?
Yep. Yeah, we've had we have two performing strikers at the moment in Soldado and Defoe. Obviously, Ade hasn't had the chance to get back into the team yet. I'm sure that whenever that happens, he will perform as well as the other ones. Both are competing, or the three of them are competing extremely well in training. So our likely approach is to go with one up front. It's a decision that I have to take regarding which one I would choose. They are very, very near each other at this moment, and it can be a possibility that even Ade could play that game. So everything is decisions that we have to take. We don't have reasons enough at the moment not to trust Soldado and Defoe, because they have been excellent and with great performances, goals, and great goal tally at the moment. So hopefully it's the decision that is best for the team and best for the strategy.
I appreciate that Christian Eriksen hasn't always been in your starting 11, but how much of an opportunity could it be for one or two of your other exciting midfield squad members to really have an opportunity?
Yeah, I think Chris started when he joined the team. He has eventually lost his place for Lewis, also because Lewis was doing extremely well in the Europa League, and we gave him the chance against Villa to come back into the team. Also because Eriksen was involved for international duty just before the game against Villa. So when we made that change, Chris was trying to break into the team. We at the moment we lose a great talent, and for 4 weeks hopefully. But we have other solutions in the team, and we will find the right answer in the group of players that we have.
And just finally from me, in terms of no Vincent Kompany, Manchester City again at the back, how key is it for a team like them to have such a linchpin and still be out and kind of mix and match a bit?
Yeah, never easy. But I suppose that the experience that they have is fundamental. I was the opinion that Nastasic last year should have been on the running for the young PFA Player of the Year, and he was not even involved on that running. So I think he established himself really, really well. And Demichelis is very, very experienced centre back, plus Julian Lescott. So I think they have the individual ability to solve problems.
Okay, we have a last couple, please. Thank you.
You've said your approach to this match is you go wanting to win it, but how do you treat Manchester City? Do you treat them now as a team that have been beaten this season and seem to be kind of Jekyll and Hyde, or do you treat them as a team that are very strong at home? How do you get your players to sort of make it?
Yeah, well, I think we treat Man City as a team full of great individual talent, very, very well managed, going through a difficult period of transition for them. I think completely different methodologies and philosophies from one coach to another, from Roberto to Manuel Pellegrini. So that change is probably taking a little bit time for to get the fruits and to make it work as good as people wanted. The only thing I can say is that at home they look extremely impressive, great attacking flow, and we have to take that into account. I would say that at this stage of the season, to see a team like Man City with 4 defeats is extraordinary, but it reflects how competitive it is this season, and I don't think we will see the tally of points that we saw last season towards the end of the league this time round, because we are on 3 defeats, City on 4, the top teams like Man United on 3, and then Chelsea and Arsenal and Liverpool on 2 already. So that is quite a heavy toll. So I would expect the teams competing to the top to finish around with 9 defeats.
I'm sure you're pleased with your defence at the moment, but are you growing concerned about the lack of league goals that you're scoring, or are you happy to?
Yeah, we are creating a lot. We've been dragging this conversation because we haven't actually managed to find the back of the net as often as we should. But we are creating lots of chances. That we just have to believe that the game will arrive, that we are able to slot in all of these chances. Miraculously, the other day against Newcastle, it didn't happen. But the volume of attacking football that we created was incredible. The highest saves from a goalkeeper in the Premier League ever. So I can't really stop others from being great. And Krul was great in that game.